Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, then you would have seen a very familiar story coming out with some tweets last night, and it all revolved around what you're seeing on the screen right now, the Censer of Eternal Agony. This is the item which you can purchase on Timeless Isle, which would convert you into an emissary of Ordos and allow you to kill members of your own faction. Now, first things first, the item itself is absurd. Now, if you're a member of the Horde, if you're a member of the Alliance and you're on a PvP server, you are signing up to PvP against the opposing faction. If you wish to engage in PvP combat with the same faction, then we have dueling. Then we have arena and things like that. What you didn't sign up for is to have PvP against your own faction thrust upon you without any consultation whatsoever, without any acknowledgement this was going to happen, and without any reprisal. So Blizzard would say, look, we're putting this item in which is going to allow Horde versus Horde, Alliance versus Alliance. If you don't want to participate in this, please, we will allow you to leave the server. Nothing like that whatsoever. And we are already seeing, within 4 to 5 days of release of patch 5.4, humongous ganking groups, because that's what they are, going around absolutely ruining everybody's fun on the game. Now, people that throw the argument, well, it's a PvP server, expect PvP. Sorry, you are wrong. It's PvP against opposing factions. That's what the PvP servers were set up for, not PvP against your own faction. So what exactly, repercussion-wise, does this bring onto us? Well, it's pretty clear. When somebody from one faction attacks and kills somebody from the opposing faction, the only way that you can really communicate your disharmony through the event is through emotes. You might want to spit on somebody if you're so inclined. You might want to mock somebody. You might want to laugh at somebody. You might want to pity somebody. But it's all done through emotes, and let's face it, even they can be pretty annoying at the best of times. So what do we have now? Well, we've got same faction killing same faction, and we have direct levels of communication. You get ganked, you get whispered, you get annoying people trying to mock you even further, wind you up even further. This item promotes nothing but antisocial behavior. It also promotes nothing but disharmony amongst the game, and it also promotes the disillusion of community within the World of Warcraft. Everything has been brought around thanks to Blizzard. Sure, if somebody mocks somebody else, if somebody whispers somebody else, then that in themselves is not particularly good behaviour, but it has been put upon them by this item. Let's face it, how many people do you come across in the World of Warcraft that are pretty much antisocial at the best of times? You only have to visit things like dungeons, raid finder, scenarios, things like that. People are so quick to temper, so quick to criticise, so quick to mock, and now we have a situation where people can get together, safety in numbers or a bunch of cowards, whichever one you prefer, gank people time and time and time again, and also be able to mock them directly. This is possibly the most stupidest and, unfortunately, the most damaging item that the World of Warcraft has ever created. And of course, the brave souls at Blizzard have yet to comment on this item at all. They've been very quiet about it indeed. But last night they did actually apply a hotfix to the servers, but more specifically to the graveyards, which allowed you to choose the graveyard that you spawned at on the Timeless Isle. This to me was clearly a direct response to the fact that a lot of the ganking groups going around with Censer of Eternal Agony were corpse camping. They were setting themselves up at very strategic points between the edges of bridges that you have to travel through to progress on the Timeless Isle, which also happened to coincide with the spawning area of a graveyard itself. But this didn't seem to make logical sense, because when you die from somebody killing you with the Censer of Eternal Agony on them, you get a 10-minute debuff on yourself. And this 10-minute debuff means that if you're killed by another person wearing Censer of Eternal Agony, they will not get a bloody coin through killing you. But Blizzard have missed the point. Bloody coins and getting the mount or getting the PvP trinket, etc., are only little extra perks to the Censer of Eternal Agony. It's a griefing item. It's an item which is meant to upset people, to anger people, to enrage people. They don't care if you've got the debuff on them or not. They just want to piss you off. They just want to affect your game. They want to affect your levels of fun. That is why they're doing it. Now, we are only 4 to 5 days into the release of patch 5.4, and today my housemate, who hasn't been on the World of Warcraft for a number of months, decided to come back and check it out. He wanted to see the Timeless Isle. He wanted to see the Siege of Orgrimmar, and within 1 hour of being on the Timeless Isle, we were ganked 6 to 7 times by massive groups of these people. Now, this is once more where logic comes back into the equation. Blizzard, unbelievably, just seem to have the most stupid outlook on how to develop a game. This person hasn't played WoW for months. They are one of the 23% of the client base which has vanished within 9 months of Mr. Pandaria. We don't even know how many more people have left in the next quarter. He is one of those numbers that Blizzard want to get back playing. And what happens? The first hour of his return, he is ganked and ganked and ganked and ganked and ganked and ganked, and it's not even by the Horde. We're on a PvP server. We have to accept that if it's the Horde, but this is all through our own faction. This is all through the Alliance. So he's saying to himself, well, why should I renew my subscription past this month? It's lunacy. Why would I pay to play this game where I'm just getting griefed and griefed and griefed and griefed by my own teammates? It just doesn't make any logical sense whatsoever. So let's just push things to one side for right now and look at it from the point of view of somebody who's being attacked. What if you're lucky enough to survive? What if you're fortunate enough to fight off your attackers? Well, the chances are, if you're on your own, you won't, because they normally hang around in groups like good old-fashioned cowards do. But if you do manage to cooperate with a few more people and wipe the people who have got the Censer of Eternal Agony attached out, what do you get? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. I tell you what you do get. You get your time wasted, and you only get to carry on, fingers crossed, to the destination which you had set in the very first place. This just goes beyond any type of logic whatsoever. Blizzard are trying to get people back to the World of Warcraft, and they feel that their method of doing so is by causing disharmony, antisocial behavior, fracturing between the communities. This is their answer to bringing people back. To me, this not only alienates the people who are returning and vindicating their decision to have left the World of Warcraft in the first place, but if you saw my tweets last night, I had it myself. I had stayed loyal to the World of Warcraft. I'd continued to play and to pay. I just told the truth. I think this is a very poor X-Pack, but I'm the eternal optimist and I always hope that Blizzard can do something better in the future. But last night, enough was enough. And I've just renewed my subscription for the next 3 months. If I was to cancel and say, ça suffit, then I would still have to play the game, or at least pay for the next 2.5 months while this drivel continues to exist within the World of Warcraft. I play on a PvP server because I choose, as a member of the Alliance, to unite with my faction and fight against the Horde. The Horde come onto a PvP server to unite with themselves and to fight against the Alliance. What I don't pay on a PvP server is to have PvP forced upon me by my own faction for nothing more than to cause disharmony, than to cause griefing, than to upset people, than to wind people up. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So well done, Blizzard. Slow clap to you for creating the most stupid, ill thought out, disgusting, antisocial item the world of Warcraft has ever seen. And if this remains in the game within a couple of weeks, I will legitimately cancel my subscription. It's pathetic. So let me know what you think about this item. Please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook and also Twitch for live streaming. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye bye.